All right, we're live, buddy.
All right.
Here we go.
Hello, Facebook.
Here we go. Fist bump. 6 feet away because we're inside. Hello, everybody. My name is Alex Vidal, Regional Vice President for Coldwell Banker here in DFW, Dallas-Fort Worth for my Miami peeps. Today, to my left, usually I'm on that side, but today I'm on this side.
Gotta change it up.
Yeah, I asked him if he had a side. He said he didn't care. One of the few that don't care what side we're on. Mr. Mark Bradford, #1 realtor in all of Plano, Texas. Plano's a huge city, guys. Top 1,000 agents in the country. And he's been recognized by D Magazine, which is like Ocean Drive Magazine for South Florida. 3 years running as one of the top realtors in our marketplace. Mark, thanks for having us, man.
Hey, thank you. I appreciate y'all coming out to the listing.
That's right. And he's, by the way, he is the #1 single agent, if I didn't say the word single. Now, before we get into the meat and potatoes, we are shooting at a very nice listing of yours. Where are we at?
So we're at 3513 Twin Lakes Way in Plano, Texas. It's a gorgeous listing, 8,100 square foot, 3-car garage, 5 beds, 5 and 2.5 bathrooms, 2 Zoom offices for those that need to work from home. Sitting in Plano West Schools with a creek lot outside, so absolutely gorgeous with a pool too.
There you go, 8,100 square feet. Now, even for Texas, that's a big house.
That's a big house.
Because I say 4,000 square feet, and people in Miami are like, "Oh, that's big," but Texas, that's run of the mill.
I mean, it's still big, that's for sure. You know, your average is probably less than 5,000 square feet, more like 35 to 4,500 square feet is about your average for the higher end homes. But being at 8,100, it's one of the largest in this neighborhood.
There you go. All right, so we're kicking off episode 109, #2 in Texas. So, Mark, here you are, #1 agent in Plano, single agent in Plano, top 1,000, everything that we just talked about, right? D Magazine 3 years in a row. You weren't always in real estate, so tell us a little bit about your path to where you are today.
So when I graduated college, I was 3 months removed and then got engaged to my amazing wife, and took a job with the American Cancer Society, was a community manager for them for their Relay for Lives. Did that for a couple of years and realized that I wanted to do something else, and turned that into a inside sales position for a metal building manufacturer. Then turned that into real estate. Just got to a point where I didn't want anybody else telling me what to do, and I could control my own hours, control my own ability. Yeah. And that's what brought me into real estate. We've been talking about it since 2010 and finally made the plunge in October of 2015 and came full-time in April of 16.
There you go. So 5 years in the business, 3 years, one of the top in Dallas, #1 in Plano for a couple of years in a row. So you've been in sales all your life, Cancer Society, selling metal. Okay, guys, selling metal. Think about that for a minute. Now real estate. Irrespective of the product, what are some of the common denominators you felt led to your success in the three?
Honestly, all three of them was all about relationships. Having a relationship with somebody to build that trust, to make sure that you're answering the questions that need to be answered, you're finding the questions out that you don't know the answers to, and being honest with them. That was the biggest thing for me in all three, and especially in real estate. Because when somebody's making the biggest purchase of their life and putting their family's matters into your hands, you've got to make sure that you're being honest and trustworthy with it.
There you go. So honest and trustworthy, likability, relationships. We talk about there's 42,563 realtors in all of Netris, which is the North Texas real estate
information system.
There we go. I'm learning. But at the end of the day, just like anywhere else in the country, customers have a choice with whom they're going to do business with. They're going to choose people they like and they trust, and relationships is one easy way to make sure you're working with people that already like you. So awesome job on that. Sure. Now, you've maintained your top position at a time when the field, as we just talked about, is extremely competitive. Tech is in the world. It's become crowded. What are some of the things you're doing currently in real estate today to maintain that top position?
Well, #1, I'm using the technology. Not just the technology that's out there amongst everybody, but the technology that Coldwell Banker brings, and the technology that I've been able to inform myself about. I was one of the first agents in this area that was using the Matterport Tours. And so on every one of my listings, we do a Matterport tour so that we're making sure that everybody can see what the layout looks like. They can walk the home from the comfort of a chair, from a living room, from their car. You drive by the front of the house, and I've got a sign out there that you can text a number to, and bam, you got all the pictures, all the information on the house, and then we're able to follow up with you if it's something of interest. So making sure that we're maximizing the information technology world that we're in.
Got it.
That's the biggest thing for me that I'm making sure I'm staying on top of.
Got it. So you're maximizing technology in partnership with the relationship building that you're doing now.
Always.
The Matterport Tours is interesting. So as you know, I just moved here from Florida 2 months ago. As I was sitting in Florida looking at homes here, the Matterport Tour was such an advantage. I ultimately did buy a home with a Matterport Tour. So the fact that you're doing that for your clients is great, because not many people want to spend the money because those are expensive. They're definitely not cheap.
They're not.
Okay, so you've been in the business 5 years. If you got your license today, what are the first 2 things you'd be doing? 2, 3 things you'd be doing?
2, 3 things I'd be doing.
Or 1.
Number 1, I'd be figuring out how to market myself to the best of my ability to the market that I want to be a part of.
Okay.
And either that being the influential to the low end, whatever you're wanting to do, I'd make sure that I can market myself to the best of my ability in those areas. Number 2, a lot of people don't do this, but I pay for clicks.
Yep.
You know, that's something that the world is in. Zillow is the number 1 brand that people think of real estate as far as finding real estate, not necessarily buying or selling it, but as far as looking for something. Someone says, "Oh, I found that on Zillow," not, "Oh, I found that on my realtor's website," even though they probably found it there and then they rechecked it. So being able to pay for those clicks and having that ability. Now, it is expensive, so it's one of those things that luckily I got in early enough that now I've built an ability to do more.
That's right.
But having that mindset of, okay, hey, you've got to spend money to make money, and you know that's a big part.
Well, it really breaks down to you're investing in a business. This is not just a side thing for you. You're investing. And what's interesting about Zillow, don't get me off on a tangent, I agree with you. I think Zillow is where you need to be. But the only reason Zillow even exists is because there are not great realtors on the other side following up with their client. Because I guarantee you guys, once they become his lead, they are never becoming anybody else's lead ever
as much
again.
as I can, absolutely.
Right? Look at that smile. I know I'm right. Look at that smile. Trust me, I know.
Yep.
Okay. Talk to me. You mentioned Coldwell Banker and the technology piece for a second, but I want to go back. You are, if we can label a raving fan of Coldwell Banker, it's you.
Okay.
You have referred, Stacey Baker, Courtney Benson, Gabe Benson, Michelle Bentley, Courtney Everett, David Lopez, Jonathan Morsikoff, I want to make sure I said that right,
Yep.
Raymond Stith, and Jenny Von Felt.
Yep.
Okay. And some others.
Yep.
Talk to me a little bit about what makes you such a raving fan of Coldwell Banker.
Well, just the passion that the company has is number 1. I mean, we've been around since 1911, 1908, something like that, over 100 years.
That's right.
It's just amazing to see the benefits, the packages that are coming with what we do. You know, the technology package is part of Coldwell Banker, and the marketing aspect is tied right into that.
That's right.
And so whenever we list house, we're not just listing houses for ourselves, but the company is investing in the house as well whenever we partner with our VNew package, our listing concierge package. So that's a big thing. And just honestly, whenever I tell another agent about VNew, talk about listing concierge, talk about all of the marketing aspects that the company is doing for us, I mean, it sells itself.
There you go. Ooh, I gotta have to slip them with 20.
There
No, but
you
I will tell you one
I
of the
take
things.
hundreds.
I take hundreds. Hundreds is fine. Actually, how about dinner and a bourbon? Would probably be better.
There you go. There you go.
One of the cool things I found about coming to Coldwell Banker, because as you know, I'm new to Texas.
Yep.
I'm new to Coldwell Banker, so it means I'm new to the company, I'm new to the area, I'm new to the people.
Absolutely.
And in the time I've been in the business, you typically find people do business companies do brokerages do business one of 2 ways. They either have great leadership, no tools, a lot of tools, and not great leadership. And I love that you're a raving fan because you're helping spreading the word that Coldwell Banker has not only great leadership, your sales manager, Frank, is a machine. Yep. But aside from that, we have great tools and we have that combination. And we're happy, obviously, to be a part of your success, to support you. Because you're if we think Frank's a machine, you're a machine and a half, a beast.
I appreciate it.
All right, lightning round. 1 word, very short answers. Best ROI for leads.
Sphere of influence.
Sphere of influence. How frequently do you follow up with your sphere, by the way?
That is my lacking point. I need to do better. I need to do a lot better. But I try to stay in contact with at least 5 of my past clients in my sphere at least once a week.
There you go.
If I haven't reached out to them in 20 weeks, I follow up with them right after that because that's how big the
There you
sphere
go.
is.
So you average one sphere of influence contact per day, pretty much. All right, cool. What's your favorite social media platform?
Pass.
Pass. All right. Fair. One daily practice every agent should be doing to make their business better.
Working out.
Working. Dude, I didn't even know he was going to say that. Oh, man. Listen to what he said, working out. Okay, so let me ask you, why is working out so important to you?
It's a stress relief. To me, having a stress relief in a business that is built on stress is extremely important, because if you are building up stress every day and you don't have a way to get out, it's going to explode at some point. And so that's one of the practices that I'm implementing and trying to implement on a daily basis of, okay, hey, I need to take 10 minutes, 5 minutes, an hour, whatever it is, and just make sure that I'm getting a workout in.
All right, now Mark's always very, very busy. We luckily had lunch the other day. When you're not so busy, my CrossFit gym is set up. Come on over.
Okay.
We'll throw some metal around.
Let's do it.
And I just put together a ping pong table.
Even better.
We'll play ping pong after.
Done. My spin serve. I got you. I got you.
All right. If you could only pick, actually, hold on. What percent of your income do you put into marketing?
Probably 15, 20%.
15 to 20%. We talked about it takes money to make money. That's a huge number, guys. Huge, huge number. If you can only pick one way to prospect, what would it be?
If I only could pick one. Marketing. I don't know how to answer that question.
Okay.
I mean,
So if you could make a phone call, door knock, mail, social media, call your sphere of influence, probably be sphere of influence because that's your best ROI for leads, right?
Yes, but at the same time, social media, because you can reach more with a littler push. So I can spend more time with actual clients rather than potentials.
Interesting. That's why we have this show, by the way.
There you go.
First, you work with a lot of buyers. First question you ask every buyer.
Are you ready to buy a house?
Are you ready to buy a house? What do you follow up with that? If they say, yes, I am, is there a follow-up question?
Let's go.
Let's go. Rock and roll. Something we'd be surprised to know about you.
I was a professional mascot for 8 years.
That's right. We're not going to say who, we can't say, but it's cool. I didn't think he was going to say that. I knew that. I thought he was going to say something different. Yep. All right, let's wrap it. I love that because, by the way, I'm going to be honest with you. I know Matt. Mark, sorry. I said that. I messed that up. I messed that at lunch. Did you catch that? I messed that up at lunch the other day.
I get called Matt, Mike, Brad. I've even gotten called Ken once. I don't know why.
I get called Alex, Alan, and Eric.
Okay.
I don't know Eric, where it comes from. I did mess it up, and I was like, oh my God, what a way to mess up my first lunch with a top producer in our company. But I'm man enough to admit it.
And now you're in front of all these people too. So.
And I messed it up again. It is what it is. This guy is a fireball. There's a passion he brings to his business, which is unreal. He's being reserved right now. We're going to have to bring him back on to open him back up.
I try.
All right, we end up every interview with a book, podcast, or TED Talk recommendation for the audience.
Grant Cardone, actually. I'm gonna throw you a curveball, Grant Cardone.
Okay. Which
follow
one?
Grant Cardone. The way that he talks about different things has really made an impact on my family to make sure that we're staying on top of other aspects.
There you go.
And then one other aspect that I've taken from another mentor and trainer was taking a break every 8 weeks.
There you go. Who's that? Do you know? Is it somebody public or you want to keep it private?
No. I gotta remember the name.
Yeah, that's okay. It's all good.
It was great.
Well, I'll tell you, you're in great company. You're episode 109. Grant Cardone was in the 70s or 80s on the show. So you're in the Grant Cardone Club now.
Absolutely. Love it.
Mark, thank you so much, man. This is what happens when you go live. You mess up. It is what it is. We have fun. Guy's a machine. Follow him. He's tagged on this post. Reach out to him if you have any questions. And if you have any referrals for the Plano real estate market, call this guy.
Please.
Dallas is probably one of the largest relocation cities in the country right now, even during the pandemic.
Yep, we're getting about 200 people a day.
200 people a day. Think about that. All right, I'm going to go around, turn off the camera.
All right.
Any parting words for the audience before we go?
Check the link below for this beautiful listing as well as the Matterport tour.
There you go.